Hello everybody. Today I can prepare for my triangle slash parallel lines test by practicing, and this is the 2024 version in case you're watching this in the future and the review sheet for whatever reason changes slightly. You're going to see everything that's going to be on your exam. There's basically two of each type of question on the review sheet, and one of each of those will be on your test. No surprises. Let's go. The angles of a triangle. Well, you need to know that the angles of a triangle add to 180. So since they're giving me algebraic expressions, I add the angles of the triangle to equal 180. From there, I solve the equation. I combine like terms. 3x, 4x, and 5x is 12x. Positive 1, negative 17, negative 20 is minus 36. Do some algebra, add 36 to both sides. I get 12x equals 216. Divide by 12, divide by 12. 216 divided by 12, I'm just using my calculator here, is 18. Now that I have x, I need to substitute that in to my original expressions. So we said that x was 18. So now I'm going to do 3 times 18 plus 1, 4 times 18 minus 17, 5 times 18 minus 20. That's going to be 55. That's going to be, let's see, 4 times 18 minus 17 is also 55. 5 times 18 minus 20 is 70. So now that I have the angles, you need to know the definition of each different type of triangle. So let's just skip ahead to that for a moment. We've got scalene, we've got isosceles, we've got equilateral, we've got acute, we've got obtuse, we've got right. Scalene, 0 congruent sides and angles. All the sides and angles are different. Isosceles has 2 congruent sides and angles. 2 of them are the same. Equilateral, we have 3 congruent sides or angles. They're all the same. Acute has all acute angles, less than 90. Obtuse has 1 obtuse angle, meaning the other 2 are acute. And right has 1 right angle, 90-degree angle, meaning the other 2 are acute. So now that we have those definitions, we've got 55, 55, 70. That is isosceles because 2 of them are the same. And we've got acute because they're all less than 90. It's isosceles and acute. Which one is there? Choice 3, isosceles. When they give you expressions for the angles of a triangle, we add them to equal 180. We solve for x and we substitute it. Number 2, I'm not going to talk about. Just whenever you have a ratio, make sure you put an x behind each of them. So your expressions are going to be 2x, 3x, and 5x, and from there it's the same thing. Exterior angle. When you have an exterior angle in a triangle, exterior angle theorem states that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the 2 non-adjacent interiors. Interior plus interior. So it's 6x plus 20 equals 4x minus 5 plus x plus 40. From there, we do some algebra. We combine like terms. We bring all x to one side. We get x to be 15. It's asking for angle QPT. Well, QPT is 6x plus 20. So it is 6 times 15 plus 20, which is 110 degrees. When you have an exterior angle, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two interior angles that aren't touching the exterior angle. In triangle SPY, so let's draw it. SPY, angle S is 35, angle Y is 70. It's asking for the largest side, it's asking for the shortest side. Well, in order to know the largest side, I need to know the largest angle, meaning I need to know all the angles. So I'm going to, whenever I have two angles of a triangle, I add them, and I subtract from 180. Now that I have all three angles, well, to find the largest side is opposite the largest angle. So my largest is going to be SY. It's also asking for the shortest side. Well, the smallest angle is the 35. So the smallest side is PY. I think it goes without saying that it's not drawn to scale, so you're looking at the numbers that you put in at each angle. The largest side is opposite the largest angle, the smallest side is opposite the smallest angle. Which set of numbers can represent the lengths of the sides of a triangle? Well, triangle inequality theorem states that the sum of the two smallest sides must be greater than the third side. So for choice 1, the two smallest sides are 5 and 13. Is 5 plus 13 greater than 18? No, it's equal to 18. Choice 2, the two smallest sides are 6 plus 17. Is 23 greater than 23? No. The two smallest sides, 16 and 7. 16 plus 7 is greater than 24. Is 16 plus 7 greater than 24? No, it's 23. And finally, I've got 8 and 15. Is 8 plus 15 greater than 26? Nope. So I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, 6 plus 17 is greater than 22. Wrote the wrong number down. 6 plus 17 is greater than 22. Yes, that's true. 23 is greater than 22. That's your answer. Number 8 is the same thing. So again, the two smallest sides of a triangle must add to be greater than the third side in order for them to represent the three sides of a triangle. All right, which brings us into what I call the complex triangle problems. Whenever you see that sides are congruent, mark the sides, mark the angles opposite them. If the sides are congruent, it makes it an isosceles triangle, and the angles would also have to be congruent. So I'm going to mark A, B, and CB, and I'm going to mark the angles opposite them. Now I look for linear pairs and angles of a triangle. I do have a linear pair. I can't use it yet. I do see a triangle, so I'm going to subtract 62 from 180. And I'm going to divide that by 2 to get 59. So that's 59, and that's 59. And now I go back to that linear pair. 180 minus 59 is 121. And that's it. Look for linear pairs, look for angles of a triangle, and if it tells you that two sides are congruent, mark the sides, mark the angles opposite them. We incorporate parallel into this. Whenever you see parallel, you want to think this picture. So we're going to extend our parallel lines. We're going to extend and follow our transversal. So if angle FAB is 48, well, if this angle is 48, then this angle is 48. And when I follow my transversal to where it hits the other parallel line, this is 48 and this is 48. From here, it's kind of the same thing we did before. ECB is 18. ECB is right here. I have angles of a triangle. 48 plus 18 is 66. 180 minus 66 is 114. Now I look for linear pairs. Boom, there it is. 180 minus 114 is 66. You also could have used exterior angle theorem to come up with this, but I prefer you to just look for your linear pairs and angles of a triangle. ABC is 66 degrees. All right. Which brings us to the same picture, but now we're incorporating algebra into it. So you need to ask yourself one question: same or different? If they're the same, we're going to set the expressions equal to each other. And if they're different, then they're going to add to equal 180. So angle 1 is 2x plus 36. This is an acute angle. It's less than 90. It's smaller than 90. Angle 2 is 7x minus 9. This is an obtuse angle. One's acute, one's obtuse, which means it's different, which means they're going to add to equal 180. So I'm going to do 2x plus 36 plus 7x minus 9 equals 180. I do algebra. I combine like terms. I get 9x equals 153. Divide by 9. Divide by 9. I get x equals 17. Use a calculator if you need to. Now make sure you answer the question. The question is, what's the measure of angle 1? Well, angle 1 is 2x plus 36. So it's 2 times 17 plus 36. Use a calculator if you need to. That's 70 degrees. So with algebra, if the angles are different, one acute and one obtuse, add them to equal 180. And if they're the same, both acute or both obtuse, then you set them equal to each other. I'm not going to do an example like that now. In fact, why not? I'll just quickly start it. This is acute. This is acute. Since they're the same, I set them equal to each other. And we solve the equation from there. Intersecting medians. It's not hard as long as you know how to do it. When you have intersecting medians, they are being cut in a ratio of 2 to 1. So if MS is 12, well, since this is a big piece, SK is half of that, which is 6, and the whole thing would be 12 plus 6, which is 18. SK is 6, MK is 18. It's not difficult as long as you know the rule. The medians are cut in a ratio of 2 to 1, meaning that one is double the other, one is half of the other. And that's it. This is not designed to be a difficult first test. If you know the 8 different types of questions that I just went over, you'll get 100 on it. If you don't, then practice whatever it is that you need to practice. So I leave you with this. Practice or don't. Your choice. I hope you choose wisely. Have a nice day.